Lucky 7 Classics. My new pick, or I should say my next pick, is Amerie's album, All I Have. When this first came out, I didn't want to get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard that first single, Why Don't We Fall in Love? I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I heard it, I was just like, oh, same old bullshit you hear on the radio. And I really hate radio a lot of times. I'm not trying to say because I'm cooler than anything that's on the radio, but a lot of times radio regurgitates the same thing over and over again. So I didn't really pick this album up when it first was released. About a year, maybe a year and a half later, I was at work and one of the girls at work was telling me, she said, oh yeah, Amerie, she's pretty good. That was pretty nice. You should try it out. And I was like, eh. So I thought to myself, I saw it in the bargain bin somewhere for like $4. I said, oh, $4, I'm not going to miss that. I picked it up. And she was correct. It was a totally different one from what I expected. I expected that same kind of pop sound for it. But when you listen to the album, it was like really, really good. Because I mean, the actual production done by Rich Harrison was unlike anything I heard at the time. You know, a lot of times, at that time, there was a lot of that Neptune's Timbaland sound, which is good. You know, it's not bad. But it was like overdone at the time. So almost anything that came on the radio sounded just like that. So when I heard Rich Harrison's production on this album, I was like, man, this dude's actually a producer. He's actually trying to create a sound of his own. He wasn't imitating anybody else. And that's what the best thing about it, because everything he produced complemented Amerie's voice. Amerie, I don't know. We're going to call her Amerie in my video game, okay, guys? But listen to her voice mixed with his production. It was like wonderful. Like, these are the songs on here were not that high up tempo stuff. It was really really cool, really well thought out writing and production. It was kind of like something it was almost like the albums you want to hear that you don't hear anymore. You know, once it's bad to say this, but once in the blue moon, you hear an album that's actually an album. You don't hear some stuff that was, built in some kind of warehouse or some factory where somebody came in there, gave somebody some music and said, okay, read this or sing this and you're done. It's just like somebody, these are artisans, and that's what I like about this album. It's like, you could tell Amerie, when she was writing it, she had passion for what she was writing. Because like nearly every single song here I love. I could play this album from beginning to end and not press skip. And that's rare to say that. Because there's a lot of albums out there you can say, I like half the album a lot, and the other half is like, eh. But this is one of the albums I gotta say, I like almost every single track as much as the track before it. Like I say, I may not be in love with every single track, but I gotta say this, I don't despise any of these tracks. There's not a track on here I would say I could skip on. I could play it and be cool. I mean, for me, it was a great album just to sit through work and do my work to, because I could relax. It was nice and melodic. Had no issues playing this album at work. And that's what I liked about it. It was a mellow album. Unlike so much stuff now, because so many albums at that time and now are so sex driven. It's kind of irritating to sit through it. And this wasn't that. This was like somebody actually expressing their emotions in every word they were speaking or singing in this album. And I loved it for that point. So like I said, if you see Amerie's album, I definitely suggest you pick up her debut, All I Have. I mean, it's really worth the price. I've seen it for like $7 to $8. You could probably get it even cheaper on Amazon in the bargain bins, or during their used and new sections, or from their other vendors. But I definitely say I love it. Because I know she got really, really famous when she made, I can't remember the name of the song. It was off her second album. I can't even think of, this is bad. I'm in the middle of a video and I can't think of the name of the song. It's listed at the bottom, trust me. It's at the bottom. You'll know it when you see it. Anyway, when that song came out, it was great. She was a big star at that point. Well, big star at the time. But this album, her first album, is a stronger album than the second one was. The second one had great production too, but this first album was really good. Check it out. I think you enjoy it. Peace out.